I'll loop the rope over the rafters, see? Then loop it around my throat. Now, as soon as I start swinging, you scream. When the guard comes in to cut me down, I'll land on his neck.
Oh, but Ken, I don't like it.
I've got to get out of here. I've got a broadcast in 10 minutes.
All right.
I can stand on the cot here and kind of step off gently.
Yeah, but suppose the guard doesn't come in time.
Well, if he doesn't come in time, I'll just say, don't think of things like that.
All right.
Here I go. Are you ready for that scream?
I can't.
Well, for heaven's sake, don't get laryngitis on me. Not now.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, all right. Here I go. 1, 2. Hope this works. 1, 2. Now.
Help!
What is the matter here?
Oh, he's hung himself. Get him down.
I'll be killed for this, the fool.
Oh,
Get out of the way.
hurry.
I've got the knife. We'll be down in a minute. Oh, no! Oh, why, you...
Ken, get him. Oh, Ken, you did it. Oh, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, Ken, your throat.
It's just a little bent. Come on.
Oh, Ken, are you sure you're all right?
No, I never could stand those Hoover collars.
Well, which way do we go?
The lobby's up those stairs. If we bring up there, we can... Watch it. Someone coming. Get in that room over there.
Oh. Well, that was close. What happens now?
Wait a minute. There. That's better. What'd you say?
Ken, look at all the stuff in this room.
Hey, what's this? Must be a printing press.
There's a camera.
Now look at this. Portuguese passports.
Hundreds of them.
Forgeries. Looks like the South American tourist season is opening. Oh, if I can only get out of here, what a story I could break on this.
Oh, you'll never make that broadcast, Ken.
Yes, I know it. Unless... Wait a minute. I've got an idea.
Oh, Ken, no more hanging. I can't stand it.
No, me neither. Listen. If I could just get to a phone, I could call the studio, and they could step up my voice and put it right on the air.
From the telephone?
That's it. There's a public phone booth in the lobby.
Oh, but can you make it?
I'm going to try.
And what do? Walk in front of it with a picket sign to keep them out?
Look, if this thing works, you'll be safe wherever you are. In about 5 minutes, they're going to be too busy to be looking for you.
Oh, you're not going to leave me alone. I'm going with you.
Now, look, my sweet, a couple of hours ago, I socked a woman right on the chin. Would you like to have a little of the same treatment?
All right, I'll wait.
Now, just sit tight. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Hello, Frank? Hello.
Wait a second, Ken.
You got the hookup all set?
We're working on it now. Get your speech all written?
I am ad-libbing this one. What's my cue?
Take a word cue from London. And now Kenneth Harper reporting from Lisbon.
Okay, but how will I hear it?
You'll hear it. I'll tune up the speaker here. Say, where are you?
I told you I'm in a phone booth in the lobby of the Hotel Linza. Did you call Ronnie Dean?
Yes, he's on his way over there. Stand by, Ken. About 45 seconds.
Okay. What in the name of...
Hello?
Get in here. Didn't I tell you to stay downstairs?
Yeah, I got lonesome.
You got lonesome. You could have ruined everything.
But, Ken, I was thinking, if the Baron happened to tune this in, he'd be there with 40 gunmen.
We'll have to risk it.
All right. But just to play safe, I went back and took that gun off the guard. Here.
No, you keep it. I've got my hands full of telephone.
Here we go, Ken.
Ready.
And now UBC continues its news roundup with Kenneth Harper, reporting from Lisbon.
Hello, America. This is Kenneth Harper in Lisbon. I'm broadcasting tonight from a telephone booth in the Hotel Linza. In this hotel, my assistant, Sidney Royce, and I have uncovered a nest of Nazi agents. Just a few minutes ago, we saw several hundred forged passports for German tourists to visit South America this summer.
Tell them about Anderson.
I can also report that at this very moment, a Mr. Arthur Anderson is on his way to Trinidad aboard the steamship Southern Queen. Among Mr. Anderson's effects, if the captain looks closely enough, will be found some very important photographs. It is of the utmost importance that they be turned over to the British authorities in Trinidad at once.
Ken, there's the Baron.
Incidentally, this
He's
hotel...
coming this way.
This hotel, the Linza, is packed with German tourists. The lobby this evening is jammed.
Get off with that phone.
Put your hands up, Baron.
Well, guess who just dropped into the studio? None other than that famous authority on modern espionage, Baron von Kemp. Won't you say something to our radio audience, Baron?
Say something, or do I have to jab this gun through your ribs?
Oh. Thank you, Baron. That sums it up very nicely. And now I see that my time is about up.
Oh, Ken, there's Ronnie Dean.
Ladies and gentlemen, the excitement in the background is occasioned by the arrival of the special police. Presenting a blow-by-blow description of the fracas, I can now report that several Nazi tourists have just kissed the lobby floor. Oh, this is beautiful, beautiful.
Ronnie, over here. The Baron's here.
Let me out! Let me out!
Get back here, you sawed-off hiney, or I'll blow you sky high.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the cultured voice of Miss Sidney Royce.
Ken, Sidney.
Oh, here, Ronnie, take the Baron.
Nice work, old girl. Nice work, Ken.
Get him out of here.
Officer, the Baron von Kemp. Come on, Baron.
And close the door.
Oh, Ken, you're marvelous.
Listen, you. I've got a little unfinished business to talk over.
Yes, darling?
Would it spoil your evening if I told you that you were the most beautiful, the most gorgeous, the most...
darling, I think you're wonderful, too.
Ken, you're still on the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of the United Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time every week, you usually hear a message about our product. This week, our sponsor has turned over the time to a very good friend of ours, who is coming on stage now, Mr. Cary Grant.
Thank you. And thank you, CB. My good evening, friends. I'd like to tell you a story about a young man who lived with his father and mother on a farm along the Mississippi, just south of Memphis on the Arkansas side. As a boy, he wasn't much on European history. He didn't know much about science, but he did know the exact hour the morning glory curled up to sleep out the sun, and he could call more horses by their first names than he could people. When he was small, he got pleasure on hot days just digging his toes into the Mississippi mud in cool spots, shaded by willow trees. And when he became older, he got pleasure from knowing that his mother and father could take it easier, because he was a good boy to have on the farm. Yeah. And then there came a day when that European history he knew so little about changed things along that Mississippi, as it had changed things from New York Harbor to the Golden Gate. And there came another day when this boy was tripping the tail guns of a flying fortress and shooting at Zeros on the wing, as he had shot crows on the wing, east of Pine Bluff. And came one moment when a cannon shell hit the bomb bay of his plane. And that was all. Yeah. That was all, except that for a human bond that linked this boy with all he held dear, he paid with his own life. If he could give that much for his bond, how much will you and I give for the kind of bond that links our nation together? How much will you loan, not give, to our second war loan for $13 billion to give us strength to crush the forces that took this boy from that farm along the Mississippi? Well, thank you, CB, and good night.
Cary Grant. Cary Grant has shown us one way. We can all reply to the warlords of Japan who have murdered American prisoners. Now we again present the stars of tonight's play, Bill Powell and Rita Hayworth.
Thank you, Cecil. And as a fellow bond salesman, may I venture the opinion that Cary Grant is tops?
You may. And I saw a picture the other day, Bill, that's going to help us all sell a lot more bonds. It's called Desert Victory.
I've heard of it, Mr. DeMille.
It's a true camera report of the advance of the British 8th Army across North Africa. And it shows how American-made equipment, like the General Sherman tanks, helped win a great victory.
Everybody's talking about that picture, Cecil.
It was produced by Lieutenant Colonel David MacDonald, who used to be my assistant director. And when Mr. Churchill saw the film, he sent Colonel MacDonald by bomber to America to show the picture at the White House. Mrs. Roosevelt reports in her column that the president was deeply impressed with it. And I'm sure everyone else will be, too.
I'm very anxious to see it, Mr. DeMille. Oh, incidentally, Bill, I heard you selling bonds on the radio last Thursday, and I thought you were terrific, too.
Funny. That's the very word two soldiers used about you today, Rita. They said you'd been to their camp with a show.
How do you get time to make pictures with all the camp shows you do, Rita?
Well, I'm just rehearsing for a picture now, Bill.
Almost a vacation.
Well, you can call dancing 4 hours a day a vacation.
Well, it certainly wouldn't be for me. I suppose you spend your evenings at the Hollywood canteen dancing some more.
At the canteen, yes, but not dancing. I'm a sandwich and coffee girl there.
No wonder they had to ration coffee. What's on the bill for next week, Cecil?
The United States Navy. Because our play is The Navy Comes Through. And our stars will be Pat O'Brien, Joan Bennett, and George Murphy. Pat O'Brien and George Murphy are in the gun crew of a cargo ship, and Joan Bennett plays a Navy nurse. Add a wolf pack of Nazi submarines, and stand by for 3 acts of thrills next Monday night.
I want to hear it, Mr. DeMille. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. The ladies' plans turned out very nicely.